Shiksha, Manish Sisodia, Deputy Chief Minister and Finance Minister as well as Education Minister of New Delhi. My experiments as an education minister is what this book is all about, published by Penguin. Do subscribe to Bookstream YouTube channel. Press the bell icon to receive latest updates on book reviews. In this book, the author presents us, the Indians, a way to transform education. I read this book at the time of India's and Indian government's new National Education Policy 2020, which was announced. The author of this book presents us how education was transformed in New Delhi during the 5-year term of Aam Aadmi Party from 2015 to 2020. The new education policy was a factor which indeed aided them another victory in 2020, a state election for New Delhi. Now, coming to the book and how this book is inspiring in nature is what I'm going to reveal to the listeners over here and viewers over here. How did education in Delhi got transformed from poor infrastructure results to that of a recent high-tech infrastructure and one of the best result performing state in the country? The author talks about the changes involved in this book. The very first change was done on allocating the budget for education, which was around 25% of the state budget. This particular itself is a revolution in nature. The Delhi government took an initiative as well as a policy change. They improved the infrastructure of state government schools and made it a rule to change the paint as well as the logistics part of the school on every summer vacation to make sure high quality school desks are provided to the classrooms of every school. For this, they actually went to private players, private vendors, as the quality from the initial suppliers didn't meet the required standards. The next step was to monitor private schools by fixing private schools' fee structures as per the government instruction, taking action against those private schools that are charging or claiming capitation donations from the parents or guardians. Construction of more than 30,000 new classrooms with 25 new schools across Delhi was initiated and completed, giving each principal around 5 to 14 lakh yearly fund for each school depending on the renovation work which was required was implemented. And also training for school principals in reputed institutions like IIM or Indian Institute of Management and in schools abroad, including experts from University of Cambridge to give seminars and workshops to train them on school management and quality of education was enforced. Independent power was given to the school principal for hiring or firing estate managers. These so-called estate managers, who were selected by a 5-member board committee, which consists of a principal, 2 parents and 2 teachers, to approve estate managers, and also to look after the school's infrastructure and logistic activities. Freeing the teachers from the initial clerical work which they were used to for years and years. Except for election duty work, the government also almost removed all the other necessary clerical activity for the teachers, like taking surveys of student registration or student enrollment ratios or calculating the student dropouts and taking the survey for the same and all were avoided. Issue of money of rupees 14,000 to purchase tablets for every school teacher were given, and this was used to reduce the clerical filing work, and also integration of these tablets through the network or the data like student and staff attendance in real time was also ensured or established. Renovation of staff room, installing coffee makers and fridge in every staff room were done. Framing of syllabus based on teachers' needs were designed. Pragati School magazine, it's a school magazine which was encouraged under the education department to prevent favoritism from private publishers. Around 24% of reduction in school syllabus for classes till 8 to 9 as well as till 9 to 12 standard was ensured, which comes under CBSE, central government scheme. Everything is mentioned in this book, which is really a very good book for those who are in the field of academics or those who are interested to know the educational policies of the Delhi state government and how revolutionary they were by framing a lot of useful things. Freedom to design the syllabus, compile support materials, and certain other facilities were done. No frequent hiring and rehiring of guest teachers, or as well as a salary hike was given to the given for the guest teachers. Introduction of mentorship training program for teachers, like one mentor for every 5 schools were done. Mentors will be given separate space in a deputy director's office. Trainings will be provided for them. Extra 1 month of salary will be given to them. And also the mentors were sent to various states as representatives, and also they were expected around the day to work for a year. They were also sent to abroad for teacher training programs. Hiring of new mentors every year was again done, and retaining around 100 mentors were initiated. A total of around 200 mentors for every 1,000 schools are appointed for this role, and the role of the mentors is to understand the needs of students as well as teachers and take informed decision. They also were in the involvement with various NGOs in the development process. The author was again inspired from the NGO called Fulbright Fellowship and also other NGOs which provided an opportunity to study, to learn, and also to stay in US for this learning phase for around 5 months. Every mentor teacher had to visit around 5 schools to do their work, which will be initially stressful in the beginning. As the time progresses, will become a norm for these mentors. Parents' involvement was also initiated. It was done through formulation of SMC, or School Management Committee. Parents of 15 lakh students will cast their vote for SMC, or School Management Committee, wherein the School Management Committee will take care of the child's needs. Their child had child studied for around 16 members are present. So School Management Committee was also initiated, and it was a well appreciated approach. These 16 members of children whoever committee has, for each SMCs there will be like 16 members in it. Government organizes elections for their selection too. SMCs, or School Management Committee, will again get funds for hiring teachers or taking care of school infrastructure, to hiring trainers for training kits for competitive exams and all. Some SMCs, or School Management Committee, also connected with various universities and companies to teach as well as contribute basic needs of the school under CSR, or corporate social responsibility. Conducting mega PTMs was initiated by the Delhi Govt. PTMs in the sense it's parents teachers meeting. These mega PTMs were conducted every 3 months, wherein the school's NCC cadets and scouts will welcome the parents and guardians at the entrance and were taken care of with good hospitality. During this PTM, there is also the success rate of PTM was again high through state sponsorship. Also, state also sponsored various advertisements on newspapers, videos, especially radio advertisements actually did reach masses. And also these advertisements had appeals by children's which were recorded. Also, SMCs, or School Management Committee members, were instructed to meet parents in their colonies nearby and inform them on the importance of their children's education. Promotion of music, sports, labs and libraries, inception of happiness class and EMC, or entrepreneurship mindset curriculum. Jeevan Vidya Shivir 8-day camp was beginning and played a big role in shaping the present model of education in Delhi. A joint team of around 20 Delhi government teachers, District Institute of Education and Training, that is DIET, lecturer and principals, and some reputed individuals as well as the organizations working in the area of child psychology created a content for the happiness curriculum, or the happiness class, is what the author mentions over here. In future, they are also dreaming and also the planning, which is what is mentioned in this book, is that to include that of patriot curriculum, citizen curriculum, and sports university. The author acknowledges CM Arvind Kejriwal of Aam Aadmi Party, Satyendra Jain, who was the PWD minister during the term 2015 to 2020, who joined together in improving the infrastructure and had a common vision. This book has many interesting things which, as a reader, I am sure will transform the education of this country. One can take this model as a reference to see through and look into the possibilities of reforming school education in the respective states. And also on the central level, CBSE too can consider some important changes, important things mentioned in this book, to think or rethink on certain aspects pertaining to the education. Until the next book review, I am pretty sure that this book will be useful for teachers, educationalists, policymakers, administrators in both government and private education sectors, to that of politicians who can bring in this change through policy change through their political influence. Do buy this book, and which is pretty reasonable in cost also. Signing off, and until the next book review, this is Sandesh and Mugam from Book Street. Take care.